then he prays and he says, this is what he says. Listen to what he says very carefully. In Jude chapter 1, he says, may mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. That is verse 2. He says, first, may you increase in mercy. This is God giving you everything you need to sustain you through difficulty. And this is God keeping back from you what you really deserve. What you will not deserve is wrath. He keeps that from you. What you deserve is judgment. He keeps that from you. And what he gives you is what you don't deserve. His mercy that sustains you in difficulty. So Jude prays over all of us. He says, may mercy increase in your life. May you see the increase of God's favor that sustains you in difficulty. He says, may you increase in peace. Not the absence of difficulty, not the absence of war, not the absence of trouble, but a type of peace when people see you going through hell, but you still know how to praise and worship God anyway because you have a quiet assurance that God is with you in everything that you're going through. I'm talking about biblical peace. And then love be multiplied to you. Now, everybody listen to me carefully. What I'm about to read to you next is for all of you in this room. Nobody escapes what I'm about to read to you next. Okay? If you're listening to me right now and you are called, she said, I am. If you are called, I see you. And if you are beloved, and if you have been kept, if you identify with those three things, the one I'm about to read to you next is for you. It's not just for the person next to you. It's not for the man on the stage. This is Jude's prophetic words to you. This is the Spirit of God talking to you. This is the Spirit of God giving me a prophetic message for right now, in this time, in Joburg, in South Africa, right now, in this hour. This word is for you. You don't escape it. You're not going to get around it. You can't circumvent it. You can't swivel in your seat and trying to get out the back door. If you identify with those three things, this next commandment is for you. To those who are called, this is for you. To those who are beloved, this is for you. For those who are kept, this is for you. Jude says in verse 3, beloved, although I was very eager to write to you about our common salvation, although I was about to write to you something that will make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Ain't that what you want every Sunday? You only want to hear messages that make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Ain't that what we want every week? You only want people to prophesy to you and say your house is coming next week. Ain't that what you want? That's why we love prophets. We love prophets because we don't have a prayer life. We worship prophets because you don't have a prayer life. And because we don't read, you think you can't hear from God for yourself. So you see somebody with the title prophet and you make them into a god because you think they're hearing from somebody you can't hear from for yourself. That's why man, don't be impressed by nobody's title. Be impressed by fruit. Don't be impressed by people's title. Be impressed by character. Man, this is big in the United States. It's probably big on this continent where we take prophets and we make them gods. We think they hear from somebody you can't hear from. Somebody say, I can't hear from God. If you start reading, you'll hear from God. Every time you open the book, you hear from God. I was sharing with some of these brothers last night before I get to this. They asked me, like, why do I think there's so many false prophets in the earth? I think there's a lot of false prophets in my country and in your country because that's God's judgment on the nations. It's God's judgment on the nations. See, sometimes when people think about God punishing people, we think God punishing people is bringing down the gavel of pain. Sometimes God punishes people by giving them all of what they want more than Him. Right? And since we love prophets more than God, He's just going to fill the countries with false prophets since you want them more than him.